Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Me coming on completely unannounced with probably no one out there to watch. But you know what? Happy Memorial Day to everybody. I think it's important that we take a few seconds to remember that a lot of people fought and sacrificed for our freedoms, and that's kind of what we're celebrating today. And there's people out there right now in the military doing their very best to keep this country safe, and we appreciate it, and both present and past efforts in that regard. So happy Memorial Day. I assume that most people are out doing stuff with their family or maybe sleeping in. But me, I'm drawing. So those of you who may have, oh, Stephen Ing is, hey, there's one person on. All right, Stephen, thanks for joining. There's those of you who tuned in last night and saw my competitive drawing with David Williams, round 3. We did a Captain America drawing, probably in part because of the Memorial Day weekend, and a lot of people were demanding Sergeant Rock, but neither one of us were really feeling that, so we opted to go with Captain America. Anyway, so we got through the black and white portion of the show, and then I had to end the show abruptly, although that's kind of a misnomer since the show had already gone on for 3 hours. But I had to go pick my daughter up and from work, so I didn't get to throw any markers or anything on the Captain America piece, and I was about to do that, and I thought, you know what? Let's just do a live show and do it live so everybody can see me finish up this Captain America piece. So hopefully this will be, you know, kind of a short stream, maybe an hour or less, but we'll see. Stephen Rockwood is here. Hello, Aaron, he says. And of course, I always respond by saying, hello, Stephen. Thank you. Jeremy Wozni is in. He says, love you guys and all the art and comic content. Well, thank you very much, Jeremy. I appreciate that. In fact, that's such a kind mid-morning gesture. It's mid-morning here on the West Coast that I feel I need to respond with this. So there you have it. Stephen Rockwood will do it live. Indeed, we shall. All right, so I'm kind of proud of one other thing. I need to throw this out there. I know we just have a few people watching right now, but gosh darn it, I'm going to do it anyway. It took me 3 editorial run-throughs to get the spelling correct on this, but I did, so I'm kind of proud of it now that it's spelled correctly, that I want to run this for you. Yes, it's important that you spell subliminal correctly, but it's also important that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that you do so, to like and subscribe, because that's what YouTube's all about, or at least that's what they tell me. So we're shooting for that goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting closer, but still not there yet. So if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate you doing so. All righty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get my face off the screen and introduce you to my other camera, who's going to show you Captain America in all of his glorious black and white, and we'll see if we can change that to color as soon as I can figure out what the right button to push, which I should know by now, but oftentimes when I'm talking, I confuse myself, and I'm not a person that can particularly do 2 things well at once. In fact, walking and chewing gum is a challenge for me. So talking and pushing the right buttons is also a challenge. Okay, so here we are. There's Cap tossing his shield. Gosh darn it, this autofocus It's such a pain in the butt. I keep turning it off and it keeps coming back on. Stephen Ing is in a noisy restaurant right now, but he's still watching. And you know what? Man, that's dedication. And I appreciate it, Stephen. Thank you. Even if you can't hear me right now. All right. So we got this Captain America piece, and I'm going to have to grab a marker or two. See what I can come up with. I thought I had, oh, there it is. This is kind of risky because I'm actually going to use some colored markers, which I don't normally do. I usually use colored pencil, but I think I happen to have the right colors for Cap, because I don't have that many colored markers because I'm too cheap. Let's see here. Let's get in closer. Yes, Stephen, I am going to color it, and we shall see. We shall see how it turns out. If I can remember, yeah. Let me get rid of some of this pencil on here first. I always use these pink erasers rather than bigger erasers because I can kind of get into with the finer edge. I don't know if I'd call it a finer edge, but a sharper edge. It's easier for me to kind of get into the nooks and crannies and get some of that pencil out of there, so it won't smear on me, which it's going to do anyway because I'm not going to get all of it. But you know, it is technically a sketch, so you know, some looseness is acceptable. At least that's what I say. And so since I'm the one drawing it, I guess I get to make the rules. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. All right, let's see what happens here. I got one blue, and that's it right here. So we'll see what it. I don't even know if I have enough blue. You know, if this thing goes dry on me before I finish, I'm in trouble. Now there's a miracle right there that my camera's actually showing this blue pretty much the way it looks. I've been having some serious issues with this camera showing the proper or accurate color. I don't know, maybe it's a white balance thing, I'm not really sure, but it see, now it's already drying up on me. I think I have a refill for this actually though. It's like I probably should have refilled this before I started the show, but you know, then again, I didn't really plan to do this show. It was just kind of a last minute thing, so you take what you get. All right, that's just pissing me off. So, all right, I'm going to refill this. So talk amongst yourself while I desperately search for my blue refill. As you hear me rummaging through, you know, it'd absolutely be a miracle if I ever clean this studio. Well, I can't. Maybe I don't have a refill for this blue. Well, I don't really have that much more to go, so I'm going to squeeze every ounce of ink out of this pen, and then we'll do a little work over the top with a colored pencil, and I think it'll look just fine. Because again, it's a sketch, right? So, leg kick is here. How's the morning? The morning's been good. My dog, I went to bed really late last night. My dog refuses to let me sleep in past 8 o'clock. And usually, well, he wakes up between 5:30 and 6 every morning demanding to be fed. And so then I get up, you know, at 5:30 or 6 and feed him, and then I go back to bed, and then he wakes me up again at 8. So I never really get a full night's sleep, and that's the joy of being a pet owner, right? I'm just going to go over this with some colored pencil here, just to kind of create a little texture, which you're probably not going to be able to see all that great, but I'll do a little cross hatching over the top here. The nice thing is this color on the screen looks a little flatter than it actually is. So it makes me look a little bit more like I know what I'm doing. Okay, so that's, as far as I can recall, that's all the blue I need on Cap, at least for the time being. So I'm going to color his face because I have to do it sometime, so I feel now is as good a time as any. And you'll notice I'm using these old style pencil sharpeners. I got in the habit of doing this because I used to buy those electric ones, you know, and they would dull out, and especially if you sharpen colored pencils in them. And so I kept buying all these, like, you know, $15 electric pencil sharpeners. And they were like, then I wouldn't be able to use them that long before they would be sort of, their teeth would be not that great. So I figured if I was going to go through pencil sharpeners at the rate I was going through them, I might as well get handheld ones. It's a little bit cheaper. Now you can't really see that flesh tone, I know, but it's there. We'll try and get a little orange in here, and that will really brighten. Again, I'm not looking for museum quality here. I'm just kind of sketching my way through this. Make his eyes blue while I'm thinking about it. So you can see there's some color on his face there. It's not, it's a little bit more. Some of the values and some of the ranges of color this camera picks up is sort of unpredictable. I spent pretty good money on this camera. It's a good camera. Maybe I'm just not using it right. I don't know. But there's like no buttons or anything. There's very limited controls in terms of white balance and things like that. So I don't think I'm being a bonehead, but I very well could be. It does tend to be part of my nature. Okay, so yay. So I'm going to go in. Well, let's do the red on his gloves first. Oh, you know what? I forgot to color his pants. It's kind of embarrassing. So let's take care of that. Get a little blue in there. You know, I always thought it was interesting back in the, you know, the old days, Silver Age, 70s, whatever, that even characters that had a one color pants on the bottom, you know, like Captain America, for example, but they would still draw him with like little pant lines, you know, so like he had his little briefs, you know, over the top instead of just one big like spandex lower, you know, pant thing. It was like they always had to indicate that he had like pants on or little shorts on over the top of the leggings or whatever you want to call them. And I was just reading, I've been reading The Silver Surfer series from 1968, and they did the same thing with that. It's like they put like little britches lines over the Silver Surfers. I guess to let you know that he apparently did have some privates he was covering up. I don't know, but I always thought it was kind of funny because Galactus encased him in silver, and yet he still had his little underwear lines on. Johnny Fitz is in. Hey, it's a little bit. See, you work late at night, so this is actually probably good for you to kind of get in earlier in the day, so you can actually not have to miss part of the stream because you have to go to bed, because you have to get up and work. So, and Johnny sent me a nice message today on email, congratulating me on my 100th video, which was last night with David Williams as my special guest star. If you didn't get a chance to see that, that was pretty good. So it's on YouTube right now, so you can go back and check it out at your convenience. All right. He's got a yellow belt, so I'm going to color that with a colored pencil. And then I'm going to, what I should have done first was hit that with the warm gray, but what actually works really nicely, and I've said this before, but gosh darn it, I'll say it again. You can lay a warm gray over the top of colored. You can lay a gray over the top of a colored pencil. It actually kind of works pretty nicely because it sort of smooths out some of the colored pencil. The problem with it is it ruins the tip of your pens, so you're constantly replacing pens after you put if you use the marker over the top of colored pencil. It's much smarter probably to use colored pencil over the top of the marker, but what are you gonna do? I actually do have another blue over here. I think this is a lighter blue, so I don't know what good it's going to be to kind of lay it down over the top here, but these do act kind of like watercolor in the fact that you can put a lighter color over the top of a darker one like this, and it'll have an additive effect, So even though this is a lighter blue than the one I originally used, it's still darkening up these areas because it's adding to the dark that was already, or the color that was already there. And of course, I colored penciled over this blue already, so I'm ruining the tip of my pen by doing this again. But gosh darn it, I got to do what I got to do, man. Okay, I want to put a little gray modeling on this white. I don't want to get too carried away because I don't want it to necessarily become gray, but I do want to put in a little shadow here to create some volume. This is a cold gray number 1 I'm working in here. You can kind of see it there. Oh, Johnny's got the rest of the week off. All right, how about that? I didn't know I was streaming today either. Johnny says, I didn't even know you were streaming again today. And I didn't know either until about 15 minutes ago. So I am a guy who will fly by the seat of my pants sometimes, and this is one of those times. I have well, I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends I have, I will, call people up last minute and go, hey, you want to go see this movie? And they're like, I can't go. I've got this or that going on. And go let me know in advance. I'm like, dude, I do not do anything in advance. I just sort of, kind of go with the flow. I guess my life was a little more structured when my kids were younger, but and we knew they had to be certain places at certain times, but now that well, my son is 28, so he's been moved out for a while, but my daughter is home for the summer from college and still is never licensed, so I still have to drive her around on occasion, but certainly not like it was back when they were little. So I'm usually just kind of freewheeling it, and then when I get the urge to go do something, I do it. Most people don't have that sort of freedom, so it's kind of hard sometimes to get someone to go do something with, because I never plan ahead. Which may explain why I very rarely do anything. I did mow my lawn yesterday, though, so I feel pretty good about myself. This is a C3, so that's a cool gray number 3 I'm going in and doing a little shadow work with there. Oh, you know what? I got a shield up here I got to color too. Excuse my hairy werewolf arms as I erase some of the pencil out of here. So I don't know. David and I have this. David Williams and I have this sort of it's kind of a mock competition. I don't know that we're really competing when we're sketching, but we have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. And so he did a really nice cap piece last night, and I actually think this one's pretty good too. So I don't know. We called it a draw, just out of respect for one another. But I don't know. I may have secretly won last night. I don't know. His was pretty good though too. I mean, got to give credit. You got to be real, right? You got to give credit where credit's due. And so yeah, he does really good work. So it's all right. I'm going in with a C4 over the top of this blue, just to give it a little more volume, and because I just can't leave well enough alone. Hey, Ken Carson's joining us. Ken has his own show where he kind of hosts and has artists go in and they draw live upon request from people in the audience, and like request sketches and buy them off of them while they draw them. It's kind of a fun thing. I've been on there once for a short period of time, but sadly I have I have the Professionals every Thursday night, which is pretty much when Ken does his show. So I've only been able to get on there once, but I hope to get back on there again. All right, so the big question is, what order are these shield stripes in? I never can remember. Mark Kessler says, good morning. Mark, thanks for joining us. Paul, what the heck are you doing here? Why aren't you at work? Paul's an engineer of great renown, so I'm, oh, duh, it's Memorial Day. Yes, I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh. There, Ken's accommodating me, right, to get me back on his show, so that's good. We'll work something out. Super Jerry 27, ahoy hoy. That's a sort of that's kind of, is that a new age pirate language? It's kind of old school, but at the same time not. So I don't know. There's some sort of something going on there. Let's see. You guys are a lot nicer than the evening crowd. I haven't had to slap anybody yet. That's good. Randy Emberlin, famous inker of Spider-Man for many, many years. He says, Lopresti, are you always on the tube? It's where you live now. Hey, I'm going on Ken's show drawing this week. Oh, can you message me about what your camera setup is so I can prepare for Ken's show? Okay, Randy, I will try to remember to do that. Honestly, this camera right here that I'm shaking wildly, I got this at Best Buy. It's a what the heck is it? Well, it's one of their they have about 20 different models of digital cameras. It's like 120 bucks, I think, and or 100 bucks, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I just set it up in a tripod and plug it into one of the ports on the back of my computer, a USB port, and and then when you're in StreamYard, which is what I use to do these broadcasts, which is a program you have to pay to use. Actually, they have a free one that doesn't allow you much flexibility, but it may be enough for you to switch cameras back and forth. And there's there's a button down at the bottom that says, excuse me, my goodness, it has a camera and mic button, and it allows you to switch back and forth between the two cameras. The one camera, of course, is built into my monitor, and then of course this camera, which is plugged into the port. So I just basically go in there and switch back and forth with the camera. It's really pretty easy. I don't know what more I can tell you about it, Randy. Your voice sounds hoarse. Yeah. Well, I was talking for 3 hours last night, and now I'm doing it again. But I am healthy, as healthy as I can be. My gosh. Now I have a frog in my throat. It's just getting worse and worse. All right, I'm going to take a quick second here. So excuse me while I'm typing, because I have to look up Captain America. If I can spell, geez, I can't even spell Captain. I got to look up the shield, make sure I get these stripes right. Okay, so according to what I'm looking at, it's blue in the middle, then red, white, red. So red on the outside. Red on the outside. I'll start on the outside now. I won't forget. I think I got too many stripes in there now. Oh, crap. Well, it's red, white, red. Isn't that what I just said? Yeah. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pretend that there isn't this. I'm going to say this is my outside stripe. And we'll fix that in just a minute. So we go red, white, and then red. Okay. That's pretty sloppy, but that's to be expected. So then this is blue in here. And the star, of course, is white. So that's kind of what appears to be the correct solution to that problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing that Presto, it's like a little whiteout pen. It's actually kind of groovy, that David Williams kind of hooked me up on. The tip gets clogged though pretty easy, so you have to kind of clean the tip. There we go. And I'll just create some spinning stripes in here. And we'll kind of forget that there was actually a line there, and I had too many. Look at that. See, you put a little white spinning scuffage on there, and let's clean this up just a little bit. It's a miracle of modern science. Now, you know Michael Nesmith from the Beatles, the Monkees, his mom created liquid paper. I'm sure she made a pretty penny on that. All right. So you can just go in and like do little wispy little lines like this with it. And they're kind of broken, so it makes it more kind of sketchy looking and kind of cool. Oh, just kind of throwing lines here and there. I'll throw a couple up here, why not? So Yeah, so there's Cap. I'm going to I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to if I can find my thicker pen here, I'm going to beef up his outline a little bit, and then surround it with some warm gray, like I normally do on these things. I can find, well, I got a 5.0, so we'll just use that. Now I'm doing this kind of rough. I'm kind of trying to get into the mode of loosening up a little bit on my drawings, because I think that even for my finished stuff in the comic work, because I think there's a certain amount of energy you get in your pencils that is lost when you ink it. But if you ink it with, you know, a little bit of an uneven line, a little bit of a broken line, kind of like a lot of pen inkers do. Like, you know, Danny Mickey is a good example. Norm Rapman does a really good job of it as well. It's not as slick looking, and it still maintains some of that energy that is there in the pencils, right? That we all love so much when we see a drawing and just say, wow, that, you know, a lot of times we'll prefer a pencil drawing to a finished drawing, and that's because of that kind of fresh energy that's in the pencil drawing because of its looseness. And then that goes away when you ink it a lot of times. And so if I can get to a point where I can force myself to ink a little bit looser, I think I can maintain some of that energy that was there in the pencils to begin with. And it sounds like a good story, and I'm going to stick with it. So again, I'm just kind of punching up the thickness of these holding lines, contour lines, whatever you want to call them. Make it a little more bold. And I guess that's a matter of taste. I mean, there's a lot of people that, you know, do really thin holding lines, and, you know, it looks fine. But for these sketches, I kind of like to kind of beef it up. I'm going to use a warm 3 if I can find it. Again, the issue with doing these impromptu live feeds is I'm completely not prepared to do it. But those of you who watch my videos regularly know that I'm rarely prepared anyway. So even when I'm supposedly prepared, I'm still searching for stuff I can't find, because I never, ever clean my studio. Well, you know what? I got a 4, and I'm going to use a 4. What the heck? It doesn't matter, does it? And again, this is certainly not science. I'm just kind of loosely outlining this, because again, it's a sketch. I want to maintain that sort of loose sketchiness, because I think that sort of, I mean, sketches are kind of their own thing, and you want them to look a certain way, just like, you know, your finished work, you want to look a certain way. And I think if you get too tight on this stuff and too finished, then it no longer has that kind of free flowing, just what we were talking about, that energy and stuff that you'd get in a sketch that's kind of fun. So, see that? So this is my kind of way of creating a faux illusion that this is a, you know, make it look like a finished drawing, even though it really isn't. It's still very much a sketch, but that sort of outlining kind of solidifies it and kind of pulls it together a little bit. So you kind of get this idea that you're getting, you know, more than a sketch, even though you're still just getting a sketch. So I guess I'm being deceptive, which makes me an evil person. Oh well. Let's see. Great shield slinging pose, Aaron. Hey, Apex, thank you. You know, and let me respond with this. I'm gonna have to do more of these live feeds in the morning. You guys are much nicer in the morning. Okay, Randy got some helpful info out of my camera talk there, so excellent. Let's see. Rings are red. The one in the middle is the white one. Yeah. Okay. Steven's he's backing up my shield coloring, so that's good. That's very MacGyver of you. There's a 70s reference. Well, actually, MacGyver was an 80s show, wasn't it? What kind of whiteout is that again? Okay, it's it's called Presto, which seems sort of lame-o for a name, but that's what it is. It's basically a, you know, it's called a multi-purpose ozone-safe Pentel fine point jumbo correction pen. So it's basically just whiteout in a pen form. And it does, even with the cap on it, it's got a very narrow tip on here, so it does kind of clog. And so, but the whiteout stuff that they use, like the Pro White and stuff, is not waterproof, so it doesn't. You can just kind of flake it off to clean the tip, and it'll start flowing again. Unlike ink or something, permanent ink that would like clog a pen and just, you know, then you're screwed. Yeah, Presto, believe it or not. Hey, Rodney Lavari jumped in. Rodney, I don't think you were in live stream last night, and I'm very disappointed because that's like a couple you've missed now, like 2 of the last 3, and I'm starting to take it personal. If you had a background in the sketch, what would it be? Nothing, because it's not there. Probably rubble, because that's the easiest thing to draw. Oh, Rodney, you showed up at the end. Okay, all right. I'll let you off the hook. Yeah, so I don't know what time is it. 11:30. How long have I been going? I've only been going for 37 minutes. Okay, I'll put some rubble in here. Why not? I can't leave too soon, because then what's the point of doing the live feed, right? Or I could put a bunch of dead Avengers back here, right? And he's like, I wouldn't do that. We love the Avengers too much. We wouldn't do that. Maybe a Nazi flag all torn up, but then that would get me canceled off YouTube if I put a Nazi flag in there, because they would act like I was promoting it or something. I don't know. So I won't do that. I don't even know if I can say that without getting my video canceled anymore. I can, I'll put like Dum Dum Dugan's head in here, like he's peering out, he's buried in rubble or something. Since he's moving, we'll throw a few rocks in here that kind of like flying through the air. He's kicking up as he's running forward. You know, he's got to put a piece of rebar in there or something. I'm going to do most of this with a pen, obviously. I'm just kind of you know, maybe there's some smoldering smoke in here. Smoldering smoke? I mean, isn't that that's a bit repetitive, isn't it? Okay, so we know there's been mass destruction back here. I don't know this. I don't think this would be World War II cap. Wouldn't World War II Captain America be? Well, I guess originally this is what he wore, but since the movies have come along, they kind of dressed him up in something that would be a little more functional as a military outfit. Mike Seller says that's pretty awesome, bro. Hey, Mike, thank you for dropping. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, no offense, Apex, but I meant to do. Where's Mike at? There he is. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Mike is a good guy. I've known him for years. Yahtzee flag, Duggan's hat, rocks, barbed wire, dead machinery. Yeah, okay. So see, he's giving me ideas, and I suppose that's, but that the more ideas you give me, the more work that sounds like to me, you know. But I do like kind of the idea of maybe some barbed wire back here might be a kind of a nice little thing to put in there. I'll try and make that look more like barbed wire here in a minute. Okay. Normally I'd use an 8, but I can't find an 8, so I'm going to use a 5. Wait a minute. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's a 0.8. This is the largest pen size they have before it goes to a brush. Randy asked me if that Presto white pen is available at Blix. It is. I got mine at the Beaverton Blix over there on. Shelley, help me out.
Over on Cedar Hills?
Yeah, Cedar Hills and
Walker.
Walker, thank you very much.
So, let's see who's here.
Shelley just got
Hi, guys.
Shelley just got through tutoring, a little math online.
Yep, little trig identity proofs and such.
I haven't had to slap anybody yet. It's been a pretty good crowd.
Oh, it's still early.
Yeah.
Rodney. Apex Comics. That's a great name.
That is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dummy. I asked people why they weren't at work today, and I went, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yep. Stephen Rockwood. That's like an actor name.
It is. It's very kind of tough
Yeah.
guy. Stephen Rockwood in
He's
The
gonna
Enforcer.
bring back
Rated R.
Rockwood Files.
Rockwood.
But yeah, if you order online, make sure that you don't just what were we looking up? Oh, it was Rick's movie posters when we got Rick's Girls. But imagine what you get when you Google Dick Blick. Just saying.
Well,
Could they
you know,
pick the worst name?
The funny story is
Brooklyn.
when back in the early days of our marital bliss, and it was actually the early days of the internet. Blick, I just had discovered it, and they were just an online store, and I'd gone to Dick Blick's, right? And Shelley came in later and saw the history in the browser and thought I was like visiting a porn site or something.
Mm.
You go, Dick Blick's, what the heck is that?
Oh, what a name.
I know. So.
Yeah, sorry, Stephen. I'm sure you've heard that lame joke a million times. Just like my maiden name is Rogers. So as a teacher, is Mr. Rogers your dad? Yeah, he is, as a matter of fact.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Trigger didn't makes you sick to your stomach. Oh, you just didn't have me, Randy.
That deserves one of these.
No, I have a strategy, and it just makes them so much easier. In fact, that's what I just got done. My son could have used your help with algebra. Oh, I'm still here. So what I should do is
you should
do my own channel, although I
yeah,
don't have that much talent.
You just have to know math
Rogers.
And crack jokes. You know that.
Ooh,
so you keep the show entertaining.
That pretty much sums up my entire career. No math, lame jokes.
And when you say no math, you mean KNOW, that you know math.
Well, it depends on what the topic is, I guess. That's a good one, hon. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy tutoring over Zoom or Skype is awesome. I like Skype a little bit better, but I do need to do a live feed for the trig identities.
Who suggested that, Rodney? Yeah, of course.
How'd you know?
Well, because he's a teacher, that's why.
Oh, did I know that? Yeah.
You knew it, but you forgot it, apparently.
Yeah. I could. Well, I do have my teacher channel because of when we had to, with the quarantine and stuff, but I'm not brave enough to put myself. I just screen record myself because, yeah, I'd have to turn off comments. I'd like to see the board, but her body takes up the whole thing. No. Yeah.
Are you saying you don't have enough guts to go live?
I could go live. It's what I do well, not every day when I teach, but.
I mean, a live thing like this? I mean.
I could do that. I just don't want to stand in front of a camera.
Oh, I see. And like in front of a board and kind of do that.
Yeah. Especially, yeah, no. She's used to my lame jokes. My students are trig identities. It's all about strategy.
I'll take your word for that.
It is. Yeah. So anybody needs tutoring, just let me know. All my college kids are done for the summer.
That's right. You could tutor anywhere
Mm-hmm.
in the United States.
Yep. And I'm so glad Zoom has like backdrop things you can use, because the view of my chick cave,
not good. It's
not pretty.
Her room, her
Not
chick
pretty.
cave, as she calls it, makes my studio look clean.
Hey, it's better now because our son stayed over Saturday night. So I, does he ever switch cameras? Yes. Not when he's drawing though.
No, do you want me to?
Do it. Do it.
You just go down here, click on the camera mic icon, and then it'll give you camera choices. And I go back up to this, and there I am. Here we are. Yay.
Here we are. Yeah.
And then I go back to this and switch back. And we're back to drawing again. It's really
so Rodney,
that simple.
Special glove too. Yeah, Rodney, that's awesome. I use a small Wacom tablet, but it looks like a third grader wrote it because I don't have really great handwriting anyway. But yeah, I do a screen share with a whiteboard app called Bayboard.
Babe board?
Bay.
Oh,
B-A-I.
it's like
and then it has
board.
10 pages. Yeah, it has 10 pages. Then I export the whole thing as a PDF and send it to them so they can see what we did. But yeah, math puzzles and algebra to solve them. Oh, love that stuff. There's a science teacher, I don't know where he is, but he has this great blog. I think it's Passionately Curious, Passionately Curious. And he does these like breakout rooms, or he'll do solving a crime and all the clues. He does one that I used with my AP Physics kids that was having to, like, they were the detectives and I made him go around the school to find the clues. And then the only thing they had was a riddle that they had to solve to figure out which teacher it was. And then, yeah, that was a big hit this year. That was fun.
So you were like the Riddler.
Yep, I was. Oh, yeah. Well, Mr. Apex Thomas, yeah, 3/4 of the time you're not on camera, I would need 100%. I don't know why, because I'm not shy.
Clearly.
Really. I used to be super shy, but I don't know. I guess teaching aerobics, you're in front of a bunch of people, sweaty gross.
Well, I did this yesterday, but Shelly wasn't here for it. So let's do it while she's here. For you guys, maybe that didn't join me last night. I often get asked, what does Shelly do at cons? And
whatever she wants.
So I have a series of videos that showing kind of Shelly's con adventure. So let's take a look at one now. So there you go.
Yeah.
So in case you missed that last night, that's we do that once a week with the next one's going to be a live action video if I can find it.
Hello, David. Busted. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, well, David, I was looking at this morning. I thought, you know what, I'll color this. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to color it. Why don't I just do it live? Content, even if it's bad content. So.
Hey, that's a tagline right there, right? Aaron Live. Content, even if it's bad content.
Oh, you know what? I came up with this great idea for a slogan for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was though, but I.
Was that good?
I said it to Samantha and I went, hey, It's brilliant. And so I actually recorded it in my phone, but I don't remember off the top of my head what
Where's
it
your phone?
was.
There it is.
It's in
Pardon
the,
my hand. Sorry,
it's
my
in-
bad. Watch out.
it's in the notes section.
Okay. Where's the dog? Quiet. You just don't
Yeah,
know.
well, usually he's chewing on something hard when he's in trouble, and you can hear him, and that's what alerts
But
you.
he's discovered Kleenex.
That doesn't make noise when you chew it.
No, he just tears it apart. He loves pulling it out of the box. It's really cute.
Yeah, until you
Until
have to
you have to clean it up. Yeah, which I just did. If you can't take it, you won't make it.
Yeah, huh? Isn't that good?
Yeah.
If you can't take it, you won't make it. Because we were talking about taking criticism on your work and things like that. And I said, you know,
Yeah. People take things way too personal.
well, you know, when people are criticizing your writing and your art, it is kind of a personal thing. But you have to be able to look beyond that.
Art is very personal.
I mean, I get pissed every time someone criticizes me, but then I step back and then kind of consider what they said and take it to heart and see if I can actually use it.
Well, yeah.
I don't become obstinate.
Rodney's learning how to do rubble.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of lines.
I perfected rubble, but not drawing it, just creating it.
Yeah.
Rubble.
Rubble actually is if you have an idea of actually what the rubble's representing, then you can actually do more accurate. I'm not really putting that much thought into this. But if you can actually sort of think, okay, this is a building, it was made of this, what might I see?
How would it break?
Yeah, that type of thing. You can actually come up with some pretty nice rubble. But like I said, I'm just sort of, this pen's out of ink.
Oh.
I'm just sort of kind of winging it. So it's not exactly genius rubble, but it is, it's not Barney rubble by any stretch of the imagination, but that was horrible. You know what? That was so bad, I'm going to slap myself. That was for me.
Wait, I could have done. I'm here. I could have done that for you.
Yeah, that's for me.
And I'm a giver. I'm here to help.
I'm afraid to slap me for real.
Yeah, I'm such a weakling anymore. That back in the day.
Back in the day, you were to be feared.
Ugh. Yeah.
Did you see this?
Did I me?
Yeah. I'm going to keep playing stuff you guys have probably already seen, but oh, you know what? I ditched it.
Oh.
Because I have to keep these videos clear. But, you know, it's always fun to do this.
Everybody loves pie.
That's true. Everybody does. I love pie. I need some
pens. I'm craving some strawberry rhubarb pie, though.
Ugh. See, strawberry is fine, but why would you have to go that extra mile and throw rhubarb in there and ruin it?
It adds some, like, tanginess.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. My orange juice experiment went very south.
Did it?
Well, yeah.
Well, not after you.
I had to add water this morning.
Blueberry pie.
It was very bitter this morning, very bitter.
Oh.
And I had to add water to thin it out because it was so thick, it was almost like orange pudding. And then I had to add sugar because I thinned it out so much. And it's kind of okay now, but we'll see how it.
Flavor balance. That's right, Mark.
I don't know if it's.
I've been watching all those cooking shows no, more baking shows. I like baking.
With Mary Berry.
Mary Berry, the great British Bake Off.
So I prefer the cooking shows because that's what I do, the cooking. But I'm not really much into baking.
Yeah, and I love to bake.
So together we form a restaurant.
One brain.
Excuse me.
You have the art brain. And now blueberry. I love blueberries, but I'm not sure I've ever had it in blueberry pie. I like frozen blueberries, and you put them in Greek yogurt. Oh, delicioso.
I'll make a little smoke here. Smoldering ash.
Smoldering rubble.
Why are all my pens out? Okay. Shelley, I need you to riff for a second while I fill this up.
I need to riff. No, my dad was Steve Rogers. No, Ben Rogers. But my grandfather's name was Roy Rogers, believe it or not. But yeah, when the kids would ask, is Mr. Rogers your dad? I'd go, yeah, the guy on TV. And my dad at that time was doing TV commercials for his Ford dealership. So I'd be like, yeah, my dad's on TV. And they would look at me like, no way. I go, but his name's not Fred. Oh, yeah. Paul Hollywood. Are you kidding? The stud, Paul Hollywood.
Okay, is that the guy with the dark hair, Paul Hollywood? No. That's the guy with the beard. Oh, yeah.
He's the handshake guy. If you get a handshake from Paul Hollywood.
He's a handsome older gentleman. Okay, this is out too.
Yeah, you know he is. You just ask him, he'll tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
I love those. I could binge watch that. Cupcake Wars. What else do we like? We used to love Iron Chef.
Yeah.
What's the one where they get the baskets?
Oh, I like that. That's that.
What can you make with? It's kind of like the MacGyver of cooking shows.
Yeah, but it's like a challenge. What's it called? Cook Off? No, bake. What the heck? Is it
called? David's getting sassy.
I think your cap is the fake one, and mine is the real Captain America.
Oh, Chopped. That's right, Mark.
Chopped, yes. And this is for David. I usually don't. What this?
Yeah, that's for David.
And now for something completely different.
There you go. Blew him up. Blew you up, brother.
Although, you know, David, I'd still have to choose my favorite Captain America artist, right?
That's right. I went with Ron Garney.
Did
and he went with Jack Kirby.
Never go wrong with Kirby.
So have you come up with one, or you just you don't know who any of them are?
Well, I was just going to say you, but
oh, hey, yay, I win. I'll take that.
Oh, no way, Mark. An old coworker was a 2-time champ on that show. Some serious creativity.
An old coworker was a 2-time champion. No kidding. Which one are we talking about?
Chopped.
Chopped. Wow, that's cool. So was this person a chef or just kind of an amateur?
A home chef?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Garney. Isn't Ron Garney super funny and loud too?
Yes.
Okay.
But don't confuse him with Ron Friends, who's super funny and loud as well.
Oh, that's a common theme.
I don't know if you know Ron. You know Ron Friends because he was at the Portland shows. But I don't know that Ron Garney's actually been to a Portland show. So I don't know if you've actually met him.
Well, I've been to other shows.
That's true. But I'm trying to think of... Usually,
she's lying to you, AA Ron. I'm her favorite. Well, I was going to try to judge between.
I actually like David's.
Ooh, Fred.
I actually
like
David's piece a lot.
Cupcake and Company's right by me. They won Cupcake Wars. Yeah.
Give me a dozen cupcakes. That's just what I need.
That's what I was just going, woo! I'd have to run all the way to Baltimore to burn off the calories and back.
And my daughter works at one of her summer jobs is working at Crumble, which is this kind of chic, trendy
Crumble
cookie place. And so she's going to be picking me up another cookie today at work. So I'm going to be in trouble by the end of the summer. I can tell you.
Well, I saw there was one in the fridge, and I just looked at it and smelled it and then put it back.
That was Nana's.
Really proud of myself.
It was Nana's sugar
cookie.
cookie.
I figured it was because it was pink frosting.
Although Samantha went in there and took a bite
Favorite
out of it.
flavor, anything chocolate.
Yeah, that's for sure. See, we agree on that.
Yeah. Anything chocolate is good.
Chocolate is my energy.
But yeah, our daughter's been working really hard, 2 jobs, because her parents are mean. Well, they told her they couldn't give her the hours, how many she wanted, so we made her get another job, and then they realized that she's such a good worker and so good with people that they're using her a ton, and she's working sometimes both jobs in the same day. But both jobs, she works at Bath & Body Works and at this Crumble Cookie, so either way she comes home and smells really good.
Yeah.
Beer and pretzel cupcake.
Beer?
I tried that 3 times. Twice, 3 times. No, he's an executive chef at a restaurant in New York. The guy that called Catch Steak.
Well, if he's an executive chef, then
Ooh.
he should know.
So,
what he's
Mark, you
doing.
still in Vegas? That's one place on our list to maybe move to.
Hey, Mike Miller's jumped in again. Hey, Mikey.
Silence.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
weird. We usually aren't silent in the same room together.
I know. I feel very awkward, like if I'm, someone's over at your house, and even if there's like a
nice,
second
Mark.
where someone's not talking, I feel suddenly get awkward, and I have to start going.
Yeah.
So, how about the weather?
About the Blazers.
Look at the use I'm getting out of this Presto pen that David Williams turned me on to. It's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Probably overusing it, but
yeah, Mark. When we drove our daughter to school in Phoenix, we stopped in. Gosh, where'd my friend live?
Just past Vegas on the south side.
Yeah.
Of it, but I can't remember.
Boulder City. Is that it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But yeah, we liked it a lot. We need to get somewhere warmer and drier than here so that my pain level is more manageable and my arthritis.
Old age is a
highly overrated.
yes.
I know that we're not the hippest of people. And I usually don't find things until it's like years and years later, and then I find it they're funny. But I got to tell you, Stefan.
Oh, from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my gosh, that's killing me. It's so funny. Yeah, Boulder City. That's what it was. Come to New Mexico.
It's a very small town. Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna have to like do a road trip and just kind of somewhere around there, New Mexico. Arizona, Texas, somewhere.
Yep. Look at that.
I really Florida right now is high on my list, but
you didn't like it when we were there because it was too humid.
the humidity, but we could be snowbirds. That's what I think.
I think we missed our opportunity to get our
house
cheap.
back. Well, maybe we just live in an RV. Just drive in between.
I can't stand driving.
Well, that's how we go see the kids. Just go back and forth, wherever they end up.
I'll be in the back drawing, and she'll be driving that big old rig down the freeway.
I don't mind driving road trips.
I know. We drove practically all the way to Phoenix. She wouldn't let me drive, and then she had a headache so bad on the way back I had to drive. But
yeah,
I don't argue with that because
all right, Rodney, you're on. Let's see.
You should check out this show called The Honey. I know, Polly. I hate to say that I'm old enough that I know what that is, but I do.
Well, it depends on where you are. Downtown Portland? Yeah.
There we go. I think we all know the correct answer to that. And yeah.
Logical.
Yeah. So
I like it a lot. I'm in the house. I'm in my house.
I'm in the house. I'm in my house. Is that trying to do Dr. Seuss? I'm in the house. I'm in my house with a mouse.
Who has
you stinking louse?
No.
No humidity.
What's
no
this
state
one?
income. Stephanie, please. I think maybe that was supposed to be Stefan.
Oh, maybe. This place has everything.
Oh, look at that. So Rodney's in New Mexico along with David Brohawk Williams is in New Mexico.
Oh, I think a road trip's in order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mark. Yeah. Oregon, we have a little bit of humidity, not much. Lots of income tax, lots of property tax.
Oh, the property tax just
house prices are crazy. What our house is worth, I wouldn't.
Bad, but
no,
getting there.
What our house is worth now, I wouldn't pay that for it.
I wouldn't pay for it either. But hopefully someone will, so we can get out of here and get into a more affordable.
Well, and we don't need this big house.
Well, no, we don't. If we didn't, well, if you didn't have to have a studio and I didn't have to have a studio, we really wouldn't need
Right.
a big house. But let me see. I'm gonna go up here, I think. $2021.
Yep.
All right, this
Perfect for Memorial Day, honey.
There you go. There's your Memorial Day cap. Of course, this is for sale, as everything I do is, because I'm such a mercenary capitalist. So,
Well, if you'd married better.
hey, look.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, David said something nice about me. How about that?
Nice.
I'm gonna have to show that because
4-hour drive to Phoenix. That's not bad. Yeah.
Killer piece for Memorial Day. Thank you so much, Polly. The hottest salsa I've ever had was the mild option in New Mexico.
Yeah, we know we get
I like that.
a lot of offers on our house, but we'd have to, well, although we are going to be selling the mobile home that we own, since my dad probably won't be going back to it. He's gonna have to go to memory care. Aw, thanks. Well, I know he didn't marry for money.
No, man, we were broke when we got married, and I had like very little career potential at the time.
Well,
We
neither
weren't
did
sure.
I. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, we have to wait, Andy, to find out where our kids are going to end up before we make any
I mean,
sort
if
of
we sold the
permanent
house,
move.
we could rent someplace, but we'd have
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
to be very specific on stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, we have grandma here.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to
It's nice,
wrap it
hon.
up.
Oh, let's get
Finish
my
it
legs
up.
out of that. Oh, Lord, help me. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, zoom out.
I'm going to switch cameras.
Thank you. Because then my face is much better.
Well,
Not
we
really.
have to choose one or the other. We have to go with one or the other here.
Oh,
There she is.
oh, Lord.
She's just like died. She's going to start crawling on the floor again to get out of here.
Oh, man.
I love the cap. Very classic.
Good job.
Thank
Ryan.
you,
Good
Rodney.
job.
Steven
Good
says, great
job.
work, Aaron. Thank
I'm
you.
being softy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you can probably punch it now and it'll be all right.
Yeah.
The cap is amazing. Happy Memorial Day to all. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate
Let's
it.
remember why we have the long weekend.
That's right. I did make
Why we have the freedoms we have.
That's right. Hey, thank you guys all for jumping in and joining me on this kind of last second live stream. I may do another one this week. Look out. I had to hold off because I wanted my 100th video to be my Sunday night Aaron live show. So now that I've passed that landmark, I can just go wild and kind of do these whenever I want to now. So, and wait a minute. Randy says Arizona is just too hot. I'll be there in November to hike in Sedona. I don't know. You know, we were there and it was over 100, but because
we were there
it
in
was,
September,
it was
and
a,
then you were there in
yeah,
April.
it was. You know, like I said, I think I mentioned this last night, that using the old dry heat thing is a little bit of a cliche, but at the same time, it's true. Being in hot weather in Arizona is kind of like being wrapped in a warm, comfortable blanket, as opposed to 100 degrees in Florida, where you're just like,
bad
So,
hair day.
yeah.
2.5 years. It's a long bad hair day.
So anyway, let me. Oh, the pieces you're selling on your site on Twitter. The pieces you're selling on a site or your Twitter feed. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, you can just contact me.
Yep. Amen, brother.
There it is again. That's color. It's kind of blurry, but that's more accurate color, I think. So yeah, I'd be looking to get this is 11 by 14, so I'm probably looking to get 250 for it. But anyway, you can message me on Facebook or Twitter, or you can email me at. Let me do this.
Banner.
I'm like the guy that at the holidays when you say, okay, I got to go, and I get to the door and they start talking again. That's kind of like me, but I can't ever get out of here. But let me, there's all my contact information.
AaronLopresti.com.
That's right. I do have a website. I do have an email, and I do have a PayPal. So, and I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
You get a Venmo.
MeWe. I know Venmo confuses me a little bit though. Every time Judy and I go, she goes insane. Well,
I just,
I was out in 115 degrees And I mean, it was warm, but I don't know, it wasn't the same as it is like 115 around here or some other places.
Yeah.
So
I
can
just
live with
look
it.
forward to, not
Right.
living on pain.
Who
meds
wants to
the
live in
winter.
Cali? Nobody.
Not me. I know we're gonna have to wait. When we wait to sell a house, it's probably gonna be like right after the bubble burst.
Yeah,
Get
our
like
luck.
a $1.50.
Yeah. Let me plug a couple more things here before I go.
Let's see. Well, subscribe.
Yeah, I was going to do that with the correct spelling. So watch this
You changed it?
closely. Wrong 3 times.
Oh, that's right. So,
So. And if you don't subscribe, you don't want to mess with that. So you don't want any of that action.
you don't want the jellyfish.
You don't want.
No.
And if you don't subscribe, all I can say is
You're despicable.
that I had to get it in all my little.
What number are you at now?
What number am I at? What?
For subscribers.
767, 770 maybe. This is also still available.
Shocking.
That's my hardcover limited edition sketchbook, Raw Imagination. 20 years of sketches. And Shelley, would you please explain the math that 2000 to 2019 is actually 20 years and not 19 years?
Well, because if you want to count the year 2000,
right,
start with 0.
Right. So if it was 2001, it'd be 1 through 19 would be 19, but 0 through 19 is actually 20. There was some people confused about that, and I always like to kind of clarify that.
Just do it on your fingers and your toes.
Exactly. So this is a 64-page hardcover book in color. It's quite nice. And feels like a real book because, well, quite frankly, it is.
It is. Yeah.
And those are available at $25 a piece, or if you like a head sketch on the inside of character of your choice, a big head sketch, not a small one, a big one. It's just an additional $20, so it's $45 plus $5 shipping. So $50 gets you a sketch on the inside and delivered to your door, which I think is nice.
It'd be nicer. You hand delivered it.
Yeah, but that would be more money. And then you can contact me through any of my social media sites or through email, which is scrolling, or you can just send me money. But if you do send me money, please tell me why you're sending me the money, so that you know.
Just cause.
That's right. If you want a sketchbook, you can just literally PayPal me the money and say, errands for a sketchbook. I want Howard the Duck on the inside, and make sure your address is there, and then I do it. I send it out to you, and it shows up. You did? I'm just kind of trying to make sure that we're clear. Also, this is coming out this month. So even though there was quite a bit of controversy with Rob throwing his hands up and leaving the project, which was kind of weird since it's his project, but that's still coming out. So look for that. This is the most ordered cover of all the covers.
Oh, really?
So you want to grab onto
that.
And
good.
this is out, and no comment, Shelley. This is out. The girl's wearing a dress, and that's all I can say about that. But that's coming out, and this is coming out soon. But I don't know.
Did you draw that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You did that?
I don't know. I don't know when it's coming. I just slapped my wife and got away with it.
Oh, you think you did?
Yeah.
Just wait.
Anyway, so that's the cover to this sci-fi anthology book coming out of Sweden, and I don't know. I can't get any details from the dude. So hopefully he will let me know actually the name of the book and when it's coming out, and I can share that with you guys.
Let's see. Hey, Johnny. If you fall, fire bad. Great Miller Day. Johnny Fitz. Okay. I just made him go to the comments because we miss them sometimes.
He says a special hey to you there.
Hi.
If you fall on the sidewalk, it's 3rd-degree burns in Phoenix, apparently. So, okay. So seriously, that's it.
Sure?
I'm pretty sure that's everything.
So is this 101? Video 101?
It is. And the next one will be 102.
Well, that's usually how it works.
Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. And thanks, guys, for coming in. And I will hopefully see all you guys really, really soon. And now let's do our fake freeze frame for the ending.